young people. And yeah, check out Anthem. It's an amazing charity. The website's online, anthemwalesfunds.com, and I'm very proud to be a trustee.
Yeah, very proud to know the work that you do as well. It's amazing. I know that, I've been a member of Anthem supporting sort of music endeavors, and I like the fact that they focus on Welsh music and Welsh artists to be able to bring them to a global scene as well. And I'm educating myself about Welsh music. Obviously, Welsh Language Music Day and the week is still in celebration. I've heard of artists like Los Blancos, and, the name to me was like, oh, it's Espanol or something, but you'll be able to have a Los Blancos singing Welsh or producing Welsh. You've got artists like Angel Hotel, Melt, Callum earlier mentioned, Sage Todd's.
I just covered him last week on Instagram. Todd's on Instagram. So he's got some incredible music.
Incredible tune, but I don't understand Welsh, so I don't know if Mandem is swearing on the track or something. So I'm not sure I'm going to be playing today. But I would like to play your track, Bossing It. I know it was a beautiful track. I probably might have premiered it in Cardiff at some point, I think, when it was released. And so would you like to introduce that track? We'll play it before we say goodbye to you, and then we're going to go into some proper Welsh music. So do us the honor and introducing this track for us.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. My name is and the track you're going to be listening to today is Bossing It, featuring Anwar Saziba and Cardiff Ramel on the track. Thank you.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Catch you somewhere on the flip side, and make sure you follow If You Will Be on all social media platform at If You Will Be IFYIWOBI, and make sure you listen to a track. This one is Bossing It, Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Thank you.
Thank you, Effie.
Thank you, Callum. Thank you, Ned.
See you soon. Catch you soon. Bye. Good. What time you would be going back with Leanne? Just text me. Be after ads now, right?
Yeah, check the time. Yeah, it will be after that.
I listen to Rhythm. One of the girls that Effie mentioned has a song on that playlist.
Okay, just about getting it right. First time I played Sage Toad, Run Around, Welsh Street on the map. Let's go. Song's actually like
some of the biggest talents have grown up in the smallest towns. You're only finding diamonds when your face is in the
it's mixed. What's the name?
And I'm pressing Dr. Brown, and I'm pressing Dr. Memphis. Stop your car, put high dream on the top, him doing streets in the day. Can't cry, you're squealing a friend who have felt only that I've been doing the side. Towel head, boy, down head, bed, drank, cash out, and we in a bed. Said them aside, sin, got up the domestic glare. Bed with Alice and maiden. Limit to the help TV board and the Nico. Break now that doing Nico. Corona glad, nessa corona bide, barashi pico. We met the coffee, achos hinder hesum dream bodoli. Dois tim dewis, ma ofin lupa bingo rocky. Ma do tre hau, dream of son of the guy. Pam doing day, but we nation proud. Katu boga dwill on sound. Knock your brew, casino, pepper, bumping and her down. Isha kerdi with on down. Villa viva round and round. Life goes round and round. Some of the biggest talents have grown up in the smallest towns. You're only finding diamonds when your face is in the ground. Grammy scenes with Grammy sounds. And I'm pressing Dr. down. And I'm pressing Dr. down. I'ma tell them, get out my ears, don't speak. If you don't talk income, man, stay informed. Trainer's been one. Well, can't wait to be in some. Accounts been withdrawn deep it. That nobody cares if I make it. Sit tight, no BA. I'm trying to take flights to thousands of places. Dealt with pain. Grew up with races. Ever have a man that you don't know call you a monkey straight to your face, and you're too stunned to say shh. I was born on a canvas, and my life's in the craziest paintings. I'm still repping that country now, cause without them I never would have made it. My daughter how? Dream of son of the guy. I'm doing day, but we nation proud. Katu bola dwill on sound. Love your true casino, pepper, bumping and her down. Isha kerdi with a bound. Villa viva round and round. Life goes round and round. Some of the biggest talents have grown up in the smallest towns. You're only finding diamonds when your face is in the ground. Grammy scenes with Grammy sounds. And I'm pressing Dr. down. And I'm pressing Dr. down.
Whoa, that was today. But first, I'm actually hearing this track and playing it live on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM. But absolutely power track right there by Sage Toad. Absolutely beautiful, and that round and round, and you only basically make it from the smaller town if you're first into the ground. Really deep tune, really going to the social theme about discrimination, racism, how you can make it really from the bottom from anywhere else. Now, Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM, we've got an amazing cast in the studio talking about student volunteering and also talking about Welsh Music Day. So big shout out to a man like Toad. Let's go straight through into a commercial break. When we come back, more discussion on the topics we've been talking about. Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Yeah, it's done now. You listen to Radio Cardiff with the wickedest of Mashup and Rinso and Wheeler and Selector Get Mad.
Yes, back on Radio Cardiff 98.7 again. Still keeping on the Welsh music theme. Mr. Formula, Read It, featuring Edith. Stay tuned online, radiocardiff.org, anywhere else in the world. Of course, you can do that in capital cities 98.7 FM. Let's do this.
I'm going to start listening to a lot more Welsh language music.
Very diverse now.
These are Welsh language songs.
absolutely world-class music, and I'm getting myself schooled on Welsh music. That's why it's important to sort of bring these type of celebration, isn't it? Because we live in Wales, we play music from America, etc., where you actually have quality, good music in Wales. What do you think?
I agree. I think the music is absolutely fantastic, and it's really a new perspective for me to understand these music. But it's fabulous. It's like, as an international student here in Cardiff, I think it's fabulous to have music in Welsh. It's really unique to me, and definitely I'll know more about it, listen to it every day, introduce it to my family members, etc.
Absolutely, that's the point, and that's what my show is all about, having that diversity, be able to understand that art is basically everybody's cup of tea. So big shout out to the introducers of Welsh Language Day, Welsh Language Music Day. I think the music is totally different from the actual language, isn't it? Because like we heard from Sage Thought, he mixed English with Welsh, and doing basically urban music, which is his culture. Dan, I could see you bouncing your head to the track as well.
Yes, and at 80 it's great because I'm sitting down. But
Did you say 80? She just dropped that in casually, look at me.
I love all types of music, and my sons have been in bands, and I love the whole lot, and that was great. That was really good. I'm Scottish, so I don't speak Welsh, and I've never learned it, but that was great. Really enjoyed that.
Absolutely amazing. And I still have, crew in the studio who are a little bit quiet. What's your take on the Welsh Music Day and Welsh music in general?
Yeah, I mean, that in particular was, I was saying sometimes it's nice to see the Welsh language in a bit of a younger vibe, I suppose. It came across a bit edgy, which I think would really attract to the younger audience about the Welsh language, which I thought was nice. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah, cross-generational and cross-genre as well. So I absolutely loved it. And Asha?
Yeah, very nice to hear, because I've always spoken Hindi, and I think it just takes me back to my mother language, and I think having a language, Wales and Welsh, it just takes me back and puts me to more respect of the culture. I think more people should speak it, and I say this every day to my partner who's British, he's English, he's from England, and I always say when I wake up that I'm Welsh, though I'm not, I don't even have the citizenship, but I just know that a part of me is very Welsh, and I love living in Cardiff, and I love being surrounded with the valleys, and yeah, if there's one thing I could do, it would be learn Welsh and have that capacity.
Yeah, so there's an amazing app for learning Welsh, Say Something in Welsh and so on and so forth. So actually, what's your country of origin?
I'm Indian, so
Indian. And actually, I have to say, India has a massive hip-hop scene as well. I've literally heard some amazing stuff in Hindi and Punjabi, and I was like, wow, is that India? Absolutely amazing. So, Callum, you have a guest for us as well, really about bigging up Welsh language, Welsh music. So, introduce them,
That's
please.
Right, yeah. On the phone, we've got Leanne and her colleague from Mentor Cardiff. Leanne, can you firstly just introduce yourself for us?
I've also got my colleague Beth next to me, so between us we organise the Tafod Festival, which is a annual summer festival for free at Peak Park, and this is our 19th year this year, on the 14th and 15th of June.
Brilliant. Yeah, I know a lot of our team back at C3SC often go along to that festival in the summer, and I know you recruit volunteers for that too, to support the event itself.
Yeah, we can't run the event without a wonderful band of volunteers. They get really well looked after all weekend. So if any of your listeners are interested, you don't have to be a Welsh speaker to be a volunteer, because we'll give you like a little pack with a few phrases, and obviously the people who attend are also not all Welsh speakers, so if anybody was interested, they can email us at post@mentorcardiff.cymru,
Brilliant. We'll be sure to put that out across our social media.
Welsh Language Music Days was set up to basically promote the music and give it a platform for people to be aware that there's some excellent bands out there in so many different genres. I actually introduced my husband to quite a bit of music on Welsh Language Music Day for the first time, and I think he himself was quite shocked. He's a non-Welsh speaker at how much diversity there is and the different types of music, which you coincidentally can see in Tafwyl as well. That we always make sure that we've got quite a diverse lineup right there. So it's celebrated 10 years now, Welsh Language Music Day, and it's growing every year. So I think it shows the importance of it and the appeal to people to have a go and have a listen. And on different platforms there are playlists available to listen to. So the schools usually will play it, and I know this year there was I forgot the English word. It was Leanne has it's venture for this year. This year's project, or whatever the word is in English, was to have Welsh language music played in gyms on the day.
Right.
So people see the local gym. So it's just showing people that there's wonderful music out there, and you just maybe try and get people to play it more throughout the actual year as well.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, back over the last week or so, I've been doing some research into the day and kind of the Welsh language music that's out there, and I will for sure be continuing to listen to Welsh language music as part of just my daily music listening, because there's some fantastic stuff out there, some of which we've been playing on the show today. So before we say goodbye to you, I'm just interested to hear who your own kind of favourite Welsh language musicians are.
My favourite language, it changes quite a lot. My favourite, I'd say, at the moment, I really like a singer called Tara Bendito, and my son really likes her as well. He got to see her on Friday. She came into his school, so he's really into her music. And there's just too many to choose from, to be honest. I also like a band called Eden. Leanne, who's your favourite?
I was going to say Eden. She's stolen mine, but I think Bulkcast as well are a great band. There's so much to choose from. It just depends what kind of music you like. But there really is something, for all tastes of music.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for joining us, Leanne and Beth from Mentor Cardiff. I think we're gonna.
Let me speak to you.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, thank you. We're gonna continue to play some Welsh language music, and I think we'll make Welsh language music part of our usual schedule on the Cardiff Community Radio Show.
Brilliant. Diolch yn fawr.
Hope to have you in the studio soon. Bye.
Thank you so much. Great to speak to Leanne, and of course, if you want to attend that festival. And that was pretty much a very insightful interview, and I just wanted to catch a glimpse of the multiculturalism and the diversity even in this room. You talked about Hindi earlier. My first language is French. I'm speaking English. We live in Wales. I'm Ghanaian and Ivorian background. I speak a couple of those languages as well. And of course, Kathy, you speak other languages, do you?
Yeah, definitely. I actually speak Cantonese and Mandarin, so I'm personally from Hong Kong, and it's really interesting getting from like a Cantonese music culture, then to like English, then to Welsh right now. It's really interesting to like get involved in different music, involved in different culture, and knowing different languages. So it's really just brilliant to like know more about Welsh music and to enjoy it with this particular community.
And how deep are you connected to Hong Kong music scene? Can you talk to me a little bit about some urban music or some sort of indigenous Hong Kong bands or musicians?
Yeah, definitely. I think Hong Kong is a very like local, has a really local culture as well, very similar to Welsh culture. So we have quite a small population in Hong Kong compared to like other languages perhaps, but it's definitely really brilliant to like enjoy the local music community. And I think in terms of Hong Kong, it's really about embedding like the culture, the Hong Kong culture inside the song. It's what I enjoy the most, instead of like with the rhythm, with the culture that is embedded, which is really similar to like Welsh music. That's
yeah,
brilliant.
and I suppose the scene as well for Hong Kong your historical background with sort of British, Chinese influence, the restrictions, the language, what a country really stood for in terms of historical. Many countries in Africa and Asia, etc., would share that particular cultural fabric, where at one point you're restricted, you can't really be who you are, then you get confused in the end, because you are, in effect, at least for the generation the last 20, 30 years, very British influenced. But at the same time, the older generation probably remember the Chinese influence and so on and so forth. So is that comes through the music that they do in Hong Kong?
Definitely. I think there's a lot of like different emotions, different feelings embedded inside, but ultimately it's also about the connection within Hong Kongers, within the community. So it's really interesting to see how Hong Kongers are really connected, they really support each other, and I think that culture is definitely showcased in our music in Hong Kong.
Yeah. And Diana, you mentioned drop that in Scotland, so I've got to come as well. Scotland with a really rich culture, thousands of years, but also a good connection with the Welsh.
Yes, oh yes, we're Celts, aren't we? We're Celts together. My husband is Welsh and I'm Scottish, so that's good.
Do you have any sort of in terms of the music? I know that Scotland is known for.
Oh, I love the pipes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, the bagpipes. Walking behind a band as a child, the pipe bands used to practice and walk through the streets, and we used to get behind them. The skirl of the pipes.
The skirl of the
something.
pipes.
Music is such a connector.
Oh, it is.
Such a
Yeah.
connector.
It is an international language, like they
Yes,
say. Like I'm listening to
international.
Welsh language, and I have to remind myself that was, Welsh drill I was listening to, for example, isn't it? And Asha, Hindi, who is your biggest star? Because I know Indians know how to put a show.
Well, my biggest star, I'm not sure if you've heard of him, is Arijit Singh.
Okay.
So he sings very emotional, heart-touching Hindi songs. I know Diljit Dosanjh is all over the world at the moment. He's a Punjabi singer, and my mum's family's Punjabi. So yeah, I sort of used to hear the songs, which were not really popular back at that time, but very deeply connected to the roots in Punjabi culture. So yeah, talking about this just takes me back to my own culture, and I remember not just language is definitely is a connector, but I think is a very good motivation for a person to pick up a different language.
Mhm.
So in India, as you must be aware, that we speak various different sort of languages. So I lived in Hyderabad, and they speak Telugu and Malayalam, which is entirely different than Hindi, Punjabi, Gujarati, Marathi, and you cannot pick up even a single word unless you actually hear or learn, try to understand. So I remember when I used to live there, I used to struggle, and then I started listening to Malayalam songs. So there are Hindi songs, but they have Malayalam versions of
Okay.
it. So then I started picking up a couple of words and started to use them, and I think that was so beneficial. But now I've lost the track of it because I've moved to Wales, and I'm thinking to learn Welsh. But yeah, I think it's definitely a very big connected language, but also music is very good motivation for learning and picking up a new language.
I've literally just Googled the 121 languages in India. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Ghana is like 42 languages, and Africa's is probably about 30 odd or something. But that's amazing. What would you say is your most influence in terms of language for yourself?
Well, I'm also from Scotland, so yeah, I guess it's that Celtic connection, I suppose. And I think going to Wales kind of makes me think a little bit how Scotland could have really enhanced their language a bit more. I think we're very similar, and I think it's just lovely to see how Wales have really so focused on it and want to reach as many people as possible, and I kind of think, come on, Scotland.
Come on!
So yeah, I think being in Wales makes me think languages that have kind of slowly maybe died out a bit. Wales have shown that you can just we can get it right back on top.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, you've had massive Scottish stars like Omarion and so on and so forth. And what I do find with Welsh, they would at least greet in Welsh, even if they don't speak it, they would start. And I think that really raises sort of the interest at the places. So, CJ the DJ, I think you're the minority in here today.
yeah, probably. It was interesting speaking to Leanne and Beth from Enter Cardiff about their passion, I think, really come through in that conversation for the Welsh language, and getting to hear them mention a couple of Welsh language artists. And I'm not a Welsh speaker, unfortunately. Something I should probably work on. I know some basics, but that's about it. But yeah, I truly meant what I said towards the end of that interview. We for sure on our show here now on Mondays, 11 till 1, be playing more Welsh language music. It's so diverse. I did a bit of research last week on the topic and was shocked to find how much good music there was, and I probably shouldn't have been. So yeah, we'll continue to play that, and I'll make it part of my daily listening.
Oh man, it's absolutely amazing to have such a lively and diverse cast in the studio today, and thank you all for your contribution. It's just about time for us to go. So I want to finish with a Welsh track, obviously, so I don't want to keep us too long, but to everyone who are members of Cardiff Third Sector Council, the 19th of February is the annual general meeting. It's going to be happening at Buton Community Centre from 9:30. Is that no? Sorry.
No, it's from 1:30, but lunch from about 12 or 12:30.
That's correct. So there will be lunch from about 12. So make sure if you are supporters and members of C3SC, come to the building, Buton Community Centre, London Square, on the 19th of February. It's been about time for us, good people of Cardiff. Thank you for listening here. Make sure you keep your dial on 98.7 anywhere in the capital city and outside the world. RadioCardiff.org. We'll catch you somewhere, sometime on the other side of the capital. Mr. Blessing signing off. Peace.